Well, good morning, everybody. Let me get my volume up. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to today's Esoteric Influences for the 14th day of July 2020. Well, I hope everybody got to get out to see the comet last night. It was so cool. It's really just kind of above our tree line right now, but it's going to get higher and arc more to the west as the days progress here. And again, I'm not sure when we stopped seeing it, somewhere 20 something or other, 25th maybe, 23rd, I don't remember. And I wasn't able to find it again this morning before I started this, so I'll keep looking though, just to know the actual. I should have just pinned the graphic or something. I didn't do it. Then I'd have it. But anyway, it really showed the travel of the comet. So again, under the Big Dipper, northwest area of the sky, kind of down more right now, but it's going to get up there. We were able to actually, I took a picture of it, so, several in fact, and you can see it. I mean, you can see there's something kind of a little, kind of a weird smudge at an angle. It's heading downward. It is the trajectory, kind of at an angle like this, and so it's very cool. It's just very cool to be able to walk outside your house and see a comet in the sky. So anyway. 22 year, I don't know. Profound change from the soul. I don't know. Well, today we have a 5 energy for the day. Again, 7 is the energy for the month and 22 for the year. Unexpected changes could occur today, though, and there could be concerns over safety and protection. Take a step back and observe to foster a more balanced response to things. I think that with the virus exploding in places, we're going to have to be very, very careful going forward. You're seeing California is going to do some more shutdown stuff. They're going backwards instead of, in the direction of opening, because it's just showing that this thing is so contagious. I read yesterday that it seems to be the most contagious during the asymptomatic phase. It tends to lessen, I guess, and I don't know if that's just, maybe that's just the way a virus works. I don't know. I haven't read enough about that, but I keep seeing it. And so just know that you could be asymptomatic and shedding it all over the place. If you're not wearing a mask, you put, excuse me, everybody at risk that you come into contact with. You just put everybody at risk. So please, if you're around other people, have a mask on. Don't take the risk. It's just not worth it. Hagalaz is the rune today, the 9th rune of the Elder Futhark. It's basically the one of the Norn runes. There's 3 of them. There's Hagalaz, Nathes, and Isa. But this is the very first one. It's a water element rune. It's known as the witch rune. It represents the goddess Hela. So it's destruction, but within intentional boundaries. Think witchcraft. That's basically when you're performing a spell, that's what you're doing, irrespective of how you do it. Even if it's just within your own awareness, you're working it within a container, therefore a fixed framework. And so the witch is controlling what it is that he or she is wishing to do and the change that he or she is wishing to affect or influence. And so you can see it's within a fixed framework, whether it's the altar itself you're working on or the workspace you're working on, or it's just in your own inner awareness. You're still working within a container, and that's the fixed framework. You're defining what change you want to see, in other words. So you're not necessarily destroying everything about your perceptions or whatever. It's just that you're trying to contain it a little bit more and put it into a better perspective. So that would be one example of that. Again, it's also represents hail. Again, the Norn rune of the past, the celestial ice egg, protection, luck, and it also represents trance work. You can actually look at Hagalaz when you're and use it as a focus in trance work and visualize yourself going within the rune and doing whatever it is that you wanted to do. So you could do that in spell work as well. But for today, in any event, we're going to release the past by breaking down self-imposed boundaries today. With this powerful Norn energy and find common purpose with others. Again, with the 5 energy here, safety could be an issue here. I just see people that are so cavalier about this. It's like, well, I do it at work, but I don't have to do it, anywhere else. It's like, no. You're going to be around people. You got to wear a mask. I don't think there's just any other thing any of us can do now. Not if we want this to go away. or are we just never going to get out of it, and then it's going to escalate when some states are silly enough to send their kids back to school. So I don't know. I hope we don't do that here. I have a feeling we probably won't, but I don't know. We'll see. The moon's in Taurus today. Stay close to home while maintaining a steady routine. Clean the house, water plants, or weed the garden if you have one. But then take some time to rest and recuperate as well. Any decisions should be made only after considering all factors involved, particularly with the moon conjunct Uranus today. The other thing that we have today, and I just want to mention this before I close out with the human design stuff, Jupiter is in retrograde, so inner expansion, changing inner perception, all of that. In other words, instead of an expansive outer experience with Jupiter, it's going to, when retrograde, it's more focused inward. So right now, it's the brightest it's going to be. It's the closest it's going to be. It's in opposition with the sun and conjunct the Earth. I got a picture of Jupiter and Saturn last night. It was just gorgeous. On the 20th, on the new moon, that's when Saturn does the same thing, and so it's going to be even brighter than it is now. It's just the most beautiful presentation. You've got the Jupiter up here and Saturn down here, and it's so visible. You can, if you've got I take it with my phone, and I get incredible pictures with it. They're so bright and they're so close, and they're having just a massive effect on things. So just be aware of the inner work that people are doing right now. Perceptions are changing, and they need to, evidently. So allow that process to happen, I should say, and let the transformation take hold. We're really in a position now where we can work with these energies and transform our lives in a better way. So let that happen, and drop resistance a little bit, and just feel that energy work for you. And that said, with the human design influences today, exercise restraint and take an inner focus to allow perceptions to shift if necessary. This may be a time where letting things settle may have the most benefit, particularly if a situation is in flux right now, and if it's changing, or if you're not really sure what's going on. But by no means should you try to force anything at all today. Remain humble and look inward for answers. The channel of awareness is active today, so we're really finding our rhythm this week, and it's based on alignment with spirit. So let spirit transform and transmute the ego's perception. Give the ego no mind, no attention. Let it come to you, basically, and the you of it is your soul and the higher self, and how you manifest your world is from spirit vision instead of from ego vision. So in any event, I think doing that, it helps keep you centered and oriented toward the truth of things instead of getting caught up in everyone else's perception of things. We don't always see things right, and I think we're witnessing a lot of that right now. Unfortunately, it's to the detriment of people, to their health, and maybe even to their lives. So please understand, we are not on top of this yet. We do not have control of this virus, and for your sake, for your family's sake, for everyone in your orbit's sake, please wear a mask when you go out. Gloves too, if you can. Surfaces, if someone's shedding viruses, it can drop down on and sit on surfaces if they've got it on their hands and they're not wearing gloves. They touch and this is typical in grocery stores. They go through, someone goes ahead of me without a mask on. You don't know what's happening there. They're not in gloves. They're touching things. You just don't know what they've left behind for you. So I'm just saying, this is a very, this is a time where everything's in flux. Everything is changing. We're finding out more and more and more the damage that this stuff can do. Even when you get through it, you're not. And so I think going forward, if we don't do this, I'm not sure what things are going to look like a year from now here. So let's just come together and be on the same page with this and get ahead of all of it, like we should have done to begin with. Had we done that, the country would be in a much better place. Sure, we'd probably still have to be out and about with masks on, but we would at least understand that it's having a good effect. and that at some point maybe we don't have to do that. But until we get a vaccine or therapeutics or what have you, I don't know. This is such a damaging situation physically. I mean, people are dying from this. So just stay safe, everyone. Make the right choice here. Wear a mask when you're out and about. Wear gloves. Just protect yourself and protect everyone else. So anyway, that's enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and do Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune. Look for both of them on the blog, on the side panel, and post it in a variety of other places, Instagram as well. So I may try to post the Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune on Instagram as well. We'll see how that goes. I haven't done that yet. But anyhow, you guys have a good day, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Be good to yourself, be good to one another, and blessed be.